Thank you so much for Providence and all of our friends from surrounding states that are here today. I hope you took something away from today. I didn't ask any of these folks I didn't ask to read what they wrote. So I'm learning a lot of this information for the first time, and it's just so far exceeded my expectations, and I hope you feel moved to do more. One last thing, I was contacted on Facebook because of the event by a mom. Her name's Kate. She contacted me a couple weeks ago, and we had some trouble meeting up, but she told me a story about her son and how he came out to her when he was 13, and how she was so relieved, and she was able to bring him to the LGBTQ museum in New York. She was able to support him fully. And so I met them. I said, you know what, I'm going to meet them for coffee and see what it's about. So I met them for coffee last week on Thursday, and they seemed really excited to get involved. And right before me, without me asking many questions, they were deeply involved in a substantive conversation about trans rights, sitting in front of me. And I thought, here's this mom and her son, and they're white, they're from Cranston, and they're having this conversation. It gave me like this glimmer of hope, and I just saw so much love between the two of them, and this is what parenting should look like. This is William Richardson standing with me right now. I want to give him the opportunity to tell you his story, and after that we're going to march. So without further ado, here's Will.
So, hello everyone. I just want to start out telling my story of coming out, sort of. So, the memory from a few months ago is still pretty fresh in my mind. I was walking with my mom up to my high school, Moses Brown, and I decided to be a little bit ambitious and say, maybe once I get into high school, I'll be able to start dating people. And she kind of turned to me and she said, you can date people now, right? And she sort of had an eyebrow raised. And she then started talking about the lovely stages of puberty. And she told me that this was the time when a lot of people figured out who they love and who they want to be with. And so a slightly awkward silence, I would say, settled on us as we were walking up to the main door. And I turned to her and I said, Mom, I'm gay, right? And she looked at me and she was silent for a sec, and then she had like the biggest smile on her face, and she pulled me in for one of probably the tightest hugs I've ever experienced. And it was a really great feeling. And so after that moment, I really never looked back. I went to New York, I visited the LGBT museum, and I'm still constantly searching for things I can do to widen the constantly growing reach of the LGBTQ+ community, whether it be helping someone coming out or teaching others about how to be open and accepting to the minorities of the world. I'm ridiculously excited to be an open and newly out member of this wonderful community, as well as someone who can freely stand up to racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and white supremacy. And I truly hope that all of you out there can do the same by protesting people like Donald Trump and supporting people like all of you wonderful souls out here today. And before closing, I'd just like to say that if there is anyone out there who's struggling or thinks they are alone, know that there will always be someone there to hold you up and help you to be your true self. Thank you.
All right, folks, with that, we're going to march.